Hello, it's Tuesday, May the 3rd, 2011, and I'm Martin Smith with a daily outlook from UFX Markets. The dollar advanced versus most of the major currencies as Interpol cautioned its 188 member countries to be on full alert following the death of the Al-Qaeda leader over worries of possible retaliation attacks. In times like this, the US dollar seems to provide a safe haven. In addition, economic data showed that the US manufacturing cooled in April to a pace consistent with steady growth in industries leading the expansion. The manufacturing index fell to 60.4 last month from 61.2 in March. Figures greater than 50 signal expansion. The stock markets closed the week negative as the Dow fell by 0.02% and the Nasdaq lost 0.33%. Crude fell by 0.36% to close at $113 a barrel, while gold fell by 0.20% and closed at $1,544 an ounce. Bear in mind that the reason for today's limited volatility could be due to the partial closure of financial centres due to holidays. The euro traded unchanged against the US dollar after reaching its highest level since December 2009 after hitting 149.01 earlier today. The pair rose due to speculation that the Federal Reserve will keep interest rates low as the European Central Bank raises its benchmark. In addition, the ECB, which meets May 5th, raised its benchmark interest rate to 1.25% on April 7th from a record low of 1%. Trading above the support level of 147.50 keeps the momentum positive for the pair. Overall, the euro-dollar traded with a low of 144.92 and a high of 149.01. Today, PPI is expected to rise by 0.70% versus 0.80% previously. The pound fell against the greenback due to emotion-led trading following Osama bin Laden's killing. Markets in the UK were closed today for a holiday. The fact that the resistance level of 165.80 provides support now is a bullish sign. Overall, the pound-dollar traded with a low of 164.30 and a high of 167.42. The dollar strengthened against the yen on speculation the Federal Reserve officials speaking this week will reiterate their intention to keep interest rates low to stimulate economic growth. In addition, the Bank of Japan raised its growth forecast for next year, optimistic that the economy will bounce back on reconstruction work and restored power supplies. The central bank's announcements support the local currency against the US dollar. The trend for the pair is still bearish. Today, Japanese banks will be closed in observance of Greenery Day. Finally, Canada's dollar slid for almost the highest level in more than 3 years on speculation the new Democratic Party will deny Conservatives a majority as Canadians vote today. RMPI increased 5.7%, the fastest since June 2009 as crude oil rose. Today, no major economic data is expected. That's it from me. Be sure to visit us at UFX Markets for simple, safe, secure trading.